Is that dumb, Eve? Am I just stinking thinking? Oh, man.
Come on. We're trying to be serious here.
Yeah.
Say things like stinking thinking. Hello.
Oh.
And welcome back. We're still enjoying our
doing
Disney
Mickey
voices.
Yeah.
I'm Eric.
I'm Travis.
And this is, what is this game? National Park Girls.
Yes.
We're having a heart-to-heart again.
My eyes hurt. My voice is like hurting my brain.
Oh yeah, you probably should have got a drink.
I have one. I just keep forgetting to drink it. Yellowstone blows out an impressed whistle that I swear echoes across the valley. Whew. Whew? Can't argue that kind of gumption now, can I?
Yeah, like, whew.
Yeah. But I so happened to whew.
Whew.
Yellowstone's eyes widen. Golly, I almost forgot. I gotta do laundry. With a burst of second wind, she unzips another one of the many, many zippers on her backpack. Well, unless you take us home, there's not a whole lot you can...
Yeah, are we going home?
The words have barely left my mouth when she dumps a trash bag full of dirty clothes into her head.
Oh my god.
Never mind. She's like a Swiss Army person. It only gets more horrified when she starts tossing in pods of detergent.
Isn't that
next.
a horror movie?
Swiss Army Man?
Yeah.
It's not a horror movie. It's like an independent,
Okay.
like feel-good, weird movie. I haven't seen it, but I wanted to watch it. I forgot to watch it.
She's actually doing laundry in her head.
She put Tide Pods in her head. Don't eat those.
Yeah. It's the Tide Pod Challenge. It's dope AF.
Yosemite is gonna bust a gasket if I don't get this done. Eve, quick! Say something super mean to me.
Oh, you're going to catch her off guard. Your head's stupid. Too far.
It's okay. I can take it. She gives me a determined nod, but I don't think she quite understands that I tend to specialize in this kind of stuff. There's a reason those bozos back at the station called me a porcupine. But if she insists, no one in the entire world, now or ever, will ever love you. Yellowstone takes a moment to digest what I said. Her face goes downcast. Wow. What a bummer.
You're a bitch.
Yeah. Nothing you do will ever be appreciated or acknowledged. It's pointless. That's really heavy. Tears spot the corners of her eyes. Whatever I'm doing must be working because the distant sound of bubbling water begins to belch out of her volcano. Pointless just like your existence, if you think about it. If you keeled over tomorrow, your impact on the world would basically amount to nothing. Guess the worms would appreciate... She shoves me. I nearly tip over. Knock it off! You're just being nasty now. You big bully.
Moment's over. Does she have to, like, stare into the mirror and self-deprecate to get the laundry going? You are stupid.
Oh, we did say she's, like, into S&M stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Beat my feet. Whimpering, she tries to sniff back the tears, but that doesn't stop the water from boiling to the top of her head. But instead of squirting out like a geyser as it has before, just bubbles at the surface. The clothes rise to the top.
She's gonna blow her load everywhere. Blow the load of laundry.
Fingers crossed.
I mean.
Yeah. Wadded up in a soapy ball. Foam creeps down her head like snow resting on the top of a mountain. So does that mean it's working? Yellowstone nods her head, snorting back the snot as she regains her composure. Uh-huh. Now it's just gotta stay like this for a while now.
Every 10 minutes, I need you to call me something.
And you have to do this every time you need to do laundry? I can do it without all the waterworks, but it's as slow as molasses. That sounds exhausting.
Why don't you just buy a laundry machine?
Washing machines
a laundry
exist?
machine. You know what I mean. That's what it is.
I got a laundry machine and a food coldinator.
Yeah. A container.
She starts to laugh, but just as quickly it fades into a sigh. It is. But it's cool beans. I've always been a bit of a crybaby anyway. In fact, the first thing I can remember is waking up and crying right over there.
Oh, no.
My head follows along with her finger until she finally settles on some shrubs on the hillside. I see old placenta in the bushes.
Oh, no, God.
In the bushes? Darn Skippy, and it's my birthday suit to boot. And my birthday suit to boot.
Darn Skippy.
I'd like to see that. That's just asking for trouble. I didn't have much of a choice. Once I woke up, I spent a long time on my own. A hazy gaze lingers in Yellowstone's eyes. Her mouth hangs open like she's about to say something, but for a long time she doesn't, and all I can do is listen to the sound of her boiling head mixed with the wind. A super long time.
Like until 2 months ago.
Yeah. Like a month? I grip the blanket and nervously twist it, knowing full well my guess is on the conservative side. Maybe it's the look she's giving, or maybe it's just a gut feeling. Longer. My stomach takes another plunge. Even if I expected it, it's still sombering to hear. I was keeping track of the days, but then there was this huge blizzard and I lost my spot. I was brushing up against 10,000.
Oh my god.
No way. I'm no math genius, but I crunched the numbers in my head real quick. 10,000 days is almost 30 years. You wandered around Yellowstone National Park naked and alone for decades.
Yeah, they made a reality show.
Not naked. I would have frozen my tiny hiney off years ago. Once again, the southern accent makes sense. You see, there was this nice gal who was out camping. Kind of sounded like Minnie Mouse.
Yeah.
Yellowstone massages the sides of her head just beneath the base of her volcano. Her eyes squint like she's fighting a migraine. I can't remember if she saw me first or if I stumbled on her. It's been so long, I don't even know what she looks like. I do remember that she lent me her clothes. And that was the first time I wasn't alone.
So you were naked and alone.
Yeah. Yellowstone's voice sounds like a husk. Hearing it doesn't feel right, like I'm listening to something forbidden. I try to fight it with the only thing I really know anymore, cynicism. Being alone out in the woods for a couple years doesn't sound too bad. Don't have to deal with other people at least.
A couple years.
Yeah, way to diminish my plight.
30 years.
Yeah. That's the thing. I didn't even know other people existed.
And she lost count at 30 years.
Yeah.
Which means it could be longer.
Oh my god. It took 30 years for a blizzard to show up. That seems a little unlikely.
That's true. I don't know.
Maybe she's just really terrible at counting. She was there for like 2 hours.
Right.
I don't know how days work.
It's been a day, right?
I was just born. Well, maybe I did. Somewhere in the back of my noggin. But I sure hadn't seen them before. You're a lot like Yosemite. A bitch. I am certainly not. It's true, though. You both gotta have your alone time. That's dandy and all, but for a gal like me, it was so dope AF. I might throw myself off this cliff if she says that one more time.
Are you really gonna? That's a part of her vocabulary now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say that. I die a little every time I have to say it. I'd never felt something like that before. Made me feel all kinds of warm and fuzzies, so I kept going out and looking for more people. My eyes can't help but drift up to her volcano. Instead of smoke, vapor simmers from it, clouding the top of her head with hazy waves of heat. I melted the clothes.
Oh no, I got a red sock in there. Now everything's pink.
Her eyes just turned red.
Quick, get the bleach.
Wouldn't people be spooked? I was going to say mortified, but that works. As sure as the sun would rise. Yellowstone gives a deflated sigh. The steam above her puffs out in a cloud.
That's when a new day starts, right?
I'm actually making all this up just so the laundry goes quicker. But if they stuck around long enough, I'd try to help them out. Bring them kindling wood or grub, things like that. Oh, grub. Like food. I was thinking like the bugs. like she's Timon and Pumbaa, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes they'd even talk to me.
Slimy, yet satisfying.
Her standards for communication are so low, it's kind of impressive. Part of me wonders if both me and Yellowstone are looking for the same thing. Validation. Only difference is that Yellowstone was desperate enough to keep pursuing it while I just gave up. But in the end, it doesn't really matter. They'd always pack up and leave, and I'd be alone again. The corners of the sky have been brushed with the deep, brilliant red. It gradients with the darkening blue, two different colors from the opposite end of the spectrum. Usually they would clash, but instead they blend and meld together, mixing into a faded lavender.
Ooh, ultramarine.
I was going to make an ultramarine joke. It's going to follow us to the grave.
Prussian blue.
It was like that. It was always like that. Then Zion and Yosemite found me. Question flies across my mind. How? Why would Yosemite and Zion even be in Yellowstone National Park?
They're assembling the Avengers.
Yeah.
Obviously.
But something inside me tells me to save it for later, because we can't figure it out yet. And whatever it is, it keeps me from spouting off my knee-jerk objections. That's the big difference between me and Yosemite. I actually have manners, when I want to. For the first time since I woke up on this rock, it felt like I had a place to belong. Like a family, you dig? I dig. What the hell? Yellowstone
She's my favorite.
clasps her hands, rocking side to side as she recalls her nostalgia for the good old days. Suddenly, I wasn't so lonesome anymore. Zion and Yosemite were both so chummy and nice to me. I wanted to do whatever I could to help out around the cabin. Well, good to know Yosemite wasn't always a slave driver.
I actually.
Yeah. She has lots of whips. Yosemite didn't used to be a lot of things. Zion too, but in different ways. The steam rising above her thickens a little. Maybe it's even darker. Her pleasant stroll down memory lane comes to a dead end, her voice falling back into that unusual monotone sadness.
I burnt the clothes.
But now things are just so different. I try my darndest, but Yosemite is such a grump, and Zion can't help out like she used to. It's almost like I'm as lonesome as I was way back when.
Oh, no.
And I'm naked all the time, too. Yellowstone sniffs, and the water in her head bubbles to the surface, spilling down her volcano and into some of her hair. Is that dumb, Eve? Am I just stinking thinking? Oh, man.
Come on. We're trying to be serious here.
Yeah.
Say things like stinking thinking.
Something in my cold, withered heart sizzles as she wipes a few twinkling tears on her sleeves.
I used to be a brunette, but all the bleach from my laundry.
Yeah. I think this might be an infection. I hate to be a sap about it, but I think maybe I was onto something. Maybe me and Yellowstone might have a bit more in common than I would have liked to admit. I could never be as open about it as her. Not when a brave face is what's gotten me this far, but that need for validation, for respect. I get it. You're not alone, kid. I don't think it is. Yellowstone's head twists over to look at me so fast, I'm afraid she might get whiplash. She looks at me like I just sprouted a volcano from the top of my head.
France!
Wipe that look off your face before I take it back. She swipes her hand across her dumbfounded face. When her hand reaches the other side of her cheek, she's wearing a stretched out frown that digs into her dimples. How do I put this? It's like the dumbest, most intrusive thoughts are probably the most honest. If it's in your head, then there's probably a reason for it, right?
Yeah, laundry.
You started this. Yellowstone's strained frown has collapsed into gawking amazement. Do you get those dumb, implosive thoughts too, Eve? We have so much in common.
Except mine are explosive.
Wouldn't have clocked the guy in the face and ended up stationed at the cabin if I didn't. Hot diggity. Hot dog.
Okay.
Okay, is it? Are we? Okay, no.
No, I just said okay for the accent again.
Hot diggity. A hot flush spreads through my face as I play tug-of-war with the urge to divulge more information. On one hand, she basically kidnapped me and made it so that I'm all but guaranteed to get chewed out by Jesse. On the other hand, I feel like I owe it to her in a way. There's nothing worse than feeling like you're the only one who cares, who's trying. Actually, I had one of those implosive thoughts today. Ooh, don't keep me hanging, spit it out. She leans in so close that her volcano is practically in my ear. With all the bubbling, it sounds like a cauldron and smells like a laundromat. So those campers from earlier, they would have been up the creek without us, maybe even literally. Them, yeah.
Well, that's with the weird voices.
Yeah. When we were helping him out, one of them said something to me about how our old man used to take her camping before he passed. Wowzers. That's kind of a shocker, seeing as they all look scared of you. Trust me, you're not the only one who's shocked. It gave me this weird feeling.
This weird crystallizing feeling?
Like those warm fuzzies I was talking about?
Wowzers, trousers.
Zippity doo-dah! Yellowstone wraps herself in her arms like she's curling up in a blanket.
Hold on, read cycle.
Starts like shaking.
Yeah.
Nah, the opposite. Like I wanted to puke. Yikes! You really do hate people, huh? That's what I thought. I deal with so many clowns and chuckleheads every day, I could build a circus. But this group wasn't that. They were just good kids. Looking back, a lot of visitors are. At the very least, they can shut up and follow directions. They're like cattle. Round them up and ship them off so I don't have to deal with them. So when one comes along to remind me that she's a real person, it's a sucker punch? Something like that.
Okay, we're good.
Alright. My voice is now shot, and we have an entire night of recording ahead of us.
We've spent a lot of time here with Yellowstone.
Yeah, this whole episode is Yellowstone.
It's been a lot of me not talking.
Yeah, I think you were right when you said the next episode's probably going to be a bunch of Zion stuff, and then we'll circle back to Yosemite.
Right. Probably.
Yeah.
This feels like it's going to be mostly all just like a Yosemite arc.
Yeah, I'm actually worried that we're going to start the next episode and it'll be like the end.
Right.
Well, I guess we'll see. All right. See ya.
Bye.
My voice.
Game